Welcome back, everybody. Over at Bruceville tonight in Athens, the Hornets going for a perfect 3-0 record. Coming into town tonight, an always feisty bunch of Gladewater Bears. Let's get to the highlights from Bruceville. Always a great place to check out a high school football game. And early on, Devin Hall, I like this guy right here for Athens. Breaks it out to the right side, up the sideline, gets it to the 30-yard line. No score for the Athens right there, but they would force a Gladewater punt. And Nikel Roberts showing what he can do. Gets a nice gain to set up Athens in their nice running game attack as Anthony Sanders on the option right here. Going to give it to his big guy, Logan Fuller. Now, everybody needs a fullback like that on their team. 7-0. Here's Anthony Sanders on that option, but man, met up by Dalen Gordon and Austin Blanco for the nice defensive tackle, and then even better by Kenny Ainsworth right there. As that Gladewater defense was bearing down, but Anthony Sanders says, guess what? I'm going to go play action and find my tight end in the back of the end zone, wide open, 14-0. Play of the game is going to go to that Athens defense. Nick Canagire for Gladewater stared down his man, and K.J. Cumbie makes him pay for the big touchdown. And how about Athens? 3-0 on the season, 41-14, big win for them tonight. On I-20 East this evening, Henderson taking on Hallsville, the battle of the H's. Lions trying to pick it up a little bit this year. That's their quarterback, Zane Bowles, passing to Trey Hollins, but the pass was defected. Deontay Johnson, Edgar Sanchez, 25-yard field goal, so they're on the board. Here comes quarterback McKalen Wilder of Hallsville. 20-yard touchdown right there, so Henderson now has to battle back on the kickoff, and this is where coaches, I think, cringe sometime. What's going to happen? And Trey Hollins says, I'm going to do all the work for my guys right here. Look at him go, 97 yards. He's got one man to beat. He puts it in another gear. What a play. We got a big touchdown for Henderson right there. We're tied at 7. Hallsville quarterback Wilder now is going to pass for Jamil Young, great over-the-shoulder pass, 25-yard touchdown. Final score in this one is going to be Hallsville getting a W, 35-22, your final in that one. All right, here we go for Bullard and Diboll. This is actually Jacksonville and Gilmer again. Scotty, let's try to get that Bullard and Diboll game if we can. We'll reset here as we've already showed you Gilmer getting that big win over Jacksonville tonight. So Bullard and Diboll, big one for the Panthers as they are trying to get back on a roll. They got stunned pretty good by the White Oak Roughnecks a week ago, but they come back with a big win. We'll try to get those highlights to you later in the show, but 38-7 Bullard with the win in that one. Chapel Hill Carthage meeting at Bulldog Stadium in Carthage tonight. A little bit of an iPhone video look, but hey, highlights are highlights in this one. Kickoff to Dylan Posayet is going to give him a nice little run right there, and then Blake Bogenschutz goes to work, hitting Terry and Gorey, his top receiver. He can't find anybody right here, so Bogenschutz takes off up the middle. Does he get in the touchdown? No, he comes up close in this one, and then we've got a touchdown run by Mr. Brian Bolton there for the score, 7-0 Carthage. Boy, Chapel Hill just didn't know what hit him early on. How about that vision board at Bulldog Stadium? This is the quarterback, Andrew Black, passing right into the hands of Trey Carrion Leary. So that gave the Bulldogs even more ammo right there as Bogenschutz would go right to work, finding Trey Carrion Leary, O'Carrion Rutherford for the gain. And then this guy right here, what a great run by Mr. Pipkin of the Carthage Bulldogs. Kevin Pipkin for the score, and look at that. Carthage, #1 for a reason, folks. They are all over Chapel Hill tonight, 52-22. 3A scoreboard, Rusk, big win for the Eagles tonight. They take care of Houston as we go to the, we're going to go to the phone lines. I'm sorry, guys, getting ahead of myself. We got Clay Ilo with us, who's at the Chapel Hill and Carthage game. Clay, it's just business as usual tonight for Carthage.
Well, it was, and Gorey, you saw him, I think, catch a ball there in the highlights. He had 3 more touchdowns, all in the first half tonight. He now has 9 on the season. That's 3 touchdown catches in every game so far. He also intercepted 2 passes on defense. So he was certainly all over the field. And Chapel Hill gained a little momentum on offense there late in the second quarter and early third quarter. But some turnovers late in the game. Carthage put some pressure on the quarterback and made him throw it in the coverage for a few receptions. They were able to hold on and win pretty big tonight in their first home game.
Well, they're #1 in the state. Clay, what's their next challenge in front of them?
Nacogdoches, who pulled off the upset tonight over Luskin.
Unbelievable. That went from kind of probably a blowout for Carthage to now maybe one of the games to watch this Friday night coming up. Thank you, Clay, for the update. Now we're going to get to that 3A scoreboard. Rusk wins 21-0 over Eustis. Palestine over Kaufman 34-28. Mineola, big win. They're bouncing back 31-0. Westwood falls to Brownsboro 34-6. Canton trying to get their season turned around. Didn't happen tonight. They lose 27-7. Center over Atlanta 16-7. And then Maybank and Paris and Argyle 53-0. Last check on that one. And New Boston beating Pittsburgh 22-0 in the fourth quarter in that one. And I think we got one more page coming up here of 3A scores. We don't, but we do have a very special guest with us tonight. TK Gorman, head coach Kobe Gibson with us. Cody, I appreciate you coming up here and doing a little
Thank
TV
you very
for
much.
us, man.
Appreciate it.
What do you think of this TV stuff?
Man, I like being on the sidelines on Friday night. You can stay in the studio.
I'm pretty sure I told you I wanted to coach about 10:50 tonight. But hey, the Gorman Crusaders off tonight, of course. But what do you think of your team so far, man?
So far, very happy with the progress we've made. Being able to have a spring football, being able to have 7-on-7 was really big for us, and then our summer conditioning program. I think we've really taken a step in the right direction. A lot more work to do, but I'm very proud of our guys so far.
It seems like since you've taken a job, it's a day-by-day deal, and your kids, they're following you everywhere. They believe what you're teaching them, you're coaching them, and they bought into Kobe Gibson and TK Gorman.
We hope so. We believe in the full student-athlete experience. We want to push them in the classroom. We want to push them as young men. We want to push them as athletes to maximize their talent and ability, and we have a great number of them following along those lines.
Back to work next Friday. Who you got?
We are at All Saints, crosstown, just around the loop. So it'd be a great atmosphere and a great community. Both the schools support football really well.
Did you take notes on JT Lee tonight on what happened there?
Yes, definitely.
All right, stick around, Kobe. We want to get your take on some of the big games that were played tonight. I know you're an East Texas guy. All right, more highlights are on the way, guys. Don't go anywhere. More to come. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You can throw a rock from Spring Hill to White Oak. That's how close they are in proximity. Always one of my favorite small school rivalries. Let's get to the highlights in this one at Roughneck Stadium. You got to love that crowd. The winner would get the upper hand for a year at this one. Early on in the third quarter, we got Dylan Gale rolling out, throws back to Cascar. Nice 20-yard pass, but the drive would stall. Spring Hill quarterback Jacob Rooney trying to do his thing tonight, finds Dylan Evans, and that goes for 60 yards. Look at him just drag around the Roughneck players. That is one tough guy right there. Way to go, Dylan. And then quarterback Jacob Rooney trying to keep the ball himself on the next play. And by the way, I love the military uniforms of White Oak tonight, trying to raise money for all the wounded warriors out there. But what a stuff by by that great White Oak defense. And the ball comes out, and Cascar Johnny on the spot. That would make it 23-9 White Oak, and they would have no problem tonight. They're due for a CBS 19 feature the way they're playing right now. 36-3 your final. Tatum taking on Pleasant Grove all the way in Texarkana tonight. Here we go. Early in this one, quarterback Dylan Sylvie gets the pass, but picked off by Jalen Shands. That stingy Eagle defense. Andy Evans always seems to have guys flying around and making plays each and every year. He takes it all the way back to midfield. And then J.D. Taylor is going to hook up with his number 15, Dylan Fields. Get it over the line there, Dylan. That's a touchdown, 6-0 Eagles. Now Sylvie trying to get something going for PG. He's going to pass to Jalen James. Not much here, just a short gain. Look at that D-back. That's a 6'2" D-back in Class 2A football. And back to Tatum we go. That's Denyanta Robertson who takes it all the way to the house. Big game for the Tatum Eagles. Here is your final score in this one, 49-7. Tatum looking strong. Troop trying to get a win on the road tonight to Quitman. And how would the Tigers do? They've been kind of up and down this year. 40-16, your final score in that one. 2A scoreboard, here we go. ARP takes care of Legion Fields 47-27. West Russ 55-19 over Big Sandy. Wascom and Sabine, Wascom in that one. Ore City falls to Harmony 41-7. Big one right here, Clarksville and Dangerfield, but it wasn't a very big game. Dangerfield back to form, 61-0. Winona 62-0 over Como Picton. And then we've got Halton winning over Alba Golden. Hawkins 25-19. A couple of scores I know Coach Gibson's going to be interested in. We got Timpson winning, Redwater falling to U Springs, and here is Brook Hill. Wow, falling to Garrison tonight, and there's Beckville over All Saints 42-0. And Coach, what we've seen tonight, Brook Hill, but they're not what they once were. but this All-State game, a big one for you guys. You'll think about Brook Hill later.
Right. We'll focus on All Saints all week, and then once the All Saints game is over, we'll move on to Brook Hill, but we're focused on All Saints.
All right, White House, JT really showing out or showing how good they are. What do you think of those two guys real quick?
I mean, when you think of White House, you think of Patrick Mahomes, and he's got to be in the conversation for being one of the best athletes to ever to come through East Texas, football, baseball, basketball. So he's going to be exciting all year. JT, Coach Holmes, he brings intensity everywhere he goes.
All right, you weren't surprised by JT winning tonight, you said.
I was not. I think Coach Holmes had those guys fired up and ready to play. I like what he does.
All right, thank you, Coach Gibson. More show coming up after the break. Welcome back, our play of the night, an outstanding one. Check out Carter McCowan hooking up with Claude Franklin. So good, it's worth repeating in slow motion. There you go, Claude. Wow, full extension for our ET Final Score play of the night. All right, we've got some 1A scores we want to give you real quick. Coach Gibson is going to hang out with us. Right to the board we go, Scotty, to try to wrap things up. From the 1A scores from tonight, Cayuga Wortham, 49-8, Cayuga wins. Malakoff, 40-8 over Cairns, big win for them. We move along on the scoreboard here. Crossroads falls to Rice, 48-12. Carlisle, 48-35 over Shelbyville, big win for them. Alto falls to Tenaha. I thought that'd be a little bit better game, but Tenaha looking strong, 42-7. Overton falls to Combs-Nell, 54-14. Your final in that one right there. All right, let's update you on what happened tonight. It was a huge night of week two of high school football. There it is, 44-0. JT over Lee, one of the most lopsided victories in their 58 meetings. White House on the road to Sulphur. We thought it'd be a big game, a lot of points, but it's going to be White House just dominating 61-22. And if you didn't see the Nacogdoches-Lufkin score, Nacogdoches beat Lufkin tonight 28-24. How about that, Coach Gibson?
That's amazing.
Nacogdoches has been down, but never know.
Party in Nacogdoches tonight, right?
You never know on Friday night.
That's amazing. It's great for those kids, great for that coaching staff.
Well, we wish you guys the best of luck next Friday against All Saint. You've got a future in TV.
All right. When they switch, you can call some plays.
TK wouldn't be happy right there. Don't forget, Lee JT replay coming up at 12:30. Everyone have a great week.